guys, this is Kari with Crocheted Knots, and welcome to my channel. This is a spooky themed video, but I won't scare you in any way. It's just that, you know what, it's October 1st, and the month of October, it's all about Halloween. And I had a request, and someone asked if I could come up with any Halloween themed ear savers for the kiddos or for the adults, because, you know, why not? Those of us that like to rock the Halloween themed accessories. Why not, right? So I thought I'd make this, and this is very simple. So these are like little skulls. My husband sees ghosts. My mother-in-law sees mummies. So it depends. It does not matter. They're all Halloween themed, and these came out really cute. So I thought, you know what? This year Halloween is going to be completely different, and kids might not be able to do things like they normally do. And clearly, you know, masks are required, and, you know, a little ear saver would help, especially, you know what, if you want to take it, if they dress up for school with their little costume, they can wear their little ear saver since they have to wear their masks all day. All right, so before we get started, I do want to remind you, check the description box below for links to my Instagram and my eBay store. I do have these for sale and other items, of course. And then I do link other videos in here that I'll mention as we go, but always check the description box for me, and subscribe. Most importantly, subscribe to my channel and make sure your alerts are on. Okay, so to begin, all we need is, I ran out of white, but I have this cream, like this ivory color, which works. So we need white and we need black. So this is, both of these are medium weight, size 4, so 4-ply weighted medium weight yarn. Now that I see these, if you make this in green, they probably look like aliens, so there's an option. I'm going to use a 5mm crochet hook. We do need 2 needles, so we need 1 yarn needle. And we need 1 needle for our buttons. I don't have black, and well, that's totally up to you what color you want to use. If you want to use the same white, which I think probably be better because you don't want to make this look too heavy with the 2 black buttons, but that's up to you. You do need 2 buttons, so you can either crochet them or just, you know, put 2 buttons in there at the ends. Whatever size you need, whatever color. A pair of scissors. And I wanted to show you the length so you guys know what size you're making, who you're making this for. This is the adult size, so this came out about 7.5, which is the adult size. And for kids, I usually make them about 6 to 6.5. So always measure your foundation chain, and that way you know what length you need to make, depending who you're making it for. So in centimeters, that is about 19 centimeters. And for kids, I do make it about 15. You know, sometimes depending on how old they are, but, you know, anywhere from like 14 to 16 centimeters would work. Take into account the stretch on the elastic of their mask. If the stretch is very tight, if it doesn't stretch too much, then you might want to make this a little longer so it doesn't pull on their face mask and make it all tight. So that's something to consider. Okay, so I think I mentioned everything, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for an adult size, if you're using the medium weight, I've crocheted 26 chains, and this is crocheted in multiples of 2. So again, go ahead and just measure your foundation chain. Make sure you have the length that you want. Okay, so mine's about 97 or so. Alright, so that's about good. And then go ahead and just measure yours out. I think I've made this same one for a little girl, and I did 4 less chains, so I did 22. and that worked out pretty good, and it came out to about a little past 6 inches, and that was a good size for her. So just go ahead and chain and measure it out. Okay, so once we have our chains, we're going to do our first row, which is going to be just single crochets, and we always start on the second chain from the hook and make our single crochet in every stitch all the way down. So just singles all the way to the end, and I'll be back at the end of the first row. Okay, so I am at the end of the first row, all single crochets. And now moving on to row 2, we are going to chain 2 and turn. And this chain 2 will count as our first double crochet. And now we are going to double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So go ahead and do that in the next 3. So we have a total of 4 double crochets. Okay, so the little skulls, these are bobble stitches, and if you've never made the bobble, it's really not difficult. And it's a pretty stitch because it's 3-dimensional and it works here for that purpose. Looks like the little skulls are kind of peeking through your ear saver. Spooky. Okay, so in that next stitch, so basically the bobble stitch is almost like making a double crochet but not quite finishing and just holding on to it. So we are going to yarn over, we're going to insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. We're going to yarn over again, go back into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. And when those little things, you see that, ugh, there we go. Okay, we're going to do it again, yarn over, go back into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, and repeat it again, pull through 2, and one more time. We repeat this until we have 6 loops on our hook. Now we have the 6, we are going to yarn over and pull through all 6 and finish it with a chain 1, and that's our little bobble right there. Okay, so we're going to divide the bobbles with 3 double crochets. So on the next 3 stitches we're going to make all double crochets. And we're going to work another bobble in the next stitch. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, and repeat that until we have 6 loops on our hook. And always try to do it loosely, that way it's not so tight that you can't pull them through. So again, we're going to divide it with 3 double crochets. And we have 2 now. Okay, let's try one more time and then I'll let you guys finish the rest of the row. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, insert, pull up loop, yarn over and pull through 2. And one more time. Yarn over and pull through row 6 and chain 1. Okay, so go ahead and continue. 3 double crochets, another bobble, and continue the repeat. And I'll be back to finish off the round. Alright, so I finished my last bobble. So you'll have 4, when you have 4 stitches left, that's where we're going to finish off the row with 4 double crochets. Okay, so there we have the little guys, and then we'll puff them out at the end before we put the little eyes and mouths in. That way they're popping out. There we go. Alright, so we're going to chain 1 and turn, and just to finish this off, it's going to be all single crochets. So we single crochet in the first stitch and in all the stitches. Only thing is, when we get to our bobble, there always seems to be 2. You see a smaller one. You can see it there. There's the smaller one, and then there's like a longer one. So we won't crochet into both because it will start to curve our work. So just pick one. I usually go for the longer one. It's easier. So I just single crochet on top of that one. So there we go, and we just continue single crocheting all the way down. And I'll come up, I'll try to think of other Halloween ones, which I'm sure there's plenty we can make, but to make it into an ear saver, that's where it can get a little tricky, but let's see what we can come up with. Okay, so, and let's not forget that chain 2, we have to do our single on top of that second chain, and now we can cut. If you're going to sew in your button with the same yarn, then go ahead and leave a long tail. Okay, so we're done with the bobbles. Now, we just finished it off here, so you can see the top part of the bobble is a little narrower than the bottom. So for this ear saver, I'm going to flip it over. So flip it upside down, because for the little skulls, they need to be, that's the right shape. And then, look, you can even see a face already, like the 2 little eyes and the mouth. That's what prompted me to make this. I was making baubles, and I looked at them and I thought, they look like faces. There's faces in there. Maybe that was just me. Okay, so now to make the little eyes and the mouth, just cut a long piece of the black. Just long enough. Better to have more than to need to have to cut another piece, so make sure that it's long enough. All right, so then go ahead and get your yarn needle, and what we're going to do is we're going to make a little knot. I'm going to double knot it so the knot's big enough. The bobble stitch is a little bit open, so I don't want the knot to pop through to the front. So I want to make sure that it stops on the back of the ear saver. So I'm going to double knot it just so that the knot's big enough. There we go. And I'm just going to trim it, not too close to it. All right. Okay, so go ahead and anywhere really, but I'm going to do it there, I think. Pop it up there. And don't pull too hard because then you'll probably pop the knot through. But then I'm gonna just make like a little dash kind of thing. It's a little eye. And don't pull it too tight. And then I'm gonna go back to the other edge. Like over here somewhere. And just pull it slowly. And just go back in there. There we go. And I'm going to pop that in here, the middle. And I'm going to try and grab that little loop there so that I'll have something to grab onto. If not, it'll just go right down. See? And it looks like it's woo. So as I showed you here, yes, you could see the black in the back, but you can't see this. It's behind, you know, you're going to wear it like that. You'll never see that. I just thought it would be just so much more work, and I don't think it's worth it to do each individual skull now cut and then go to the next one. If you want to do that, go ahead. I just didn't think it was worth it. Honestly, you won't even see that. And then just repeat the same thing on all the little bobbles. See, now that I look at it, if we do it in green, it'd probably be kind of cool. Like a little, this one looks like it's smiling. And let's just do it all the way down. As I'm doing this, I'm trying to think of other Halloween. If I come up with more, of course, I'll post them. And definitely make a tutorial for them. Because you know what? We all need a little... We all need to get our joy somehow. This year's been hard enough on everyone. And we just gotta get through it somehow. So, crochet therapy. That's one word. Crochet therapy. That helps me. I'm sure it helps you. It's very therapeutic to crochet. And I love to watch people crochet. So sometimes, you know, I'll go on and watch a tutorial on something that I might want to learn how to make, but sometimes it's just very therapeutic to just watch people crochet. And that's why I guess I try to play like just very relaxing spa music in the background. So if you're just watching, I won't do like ASMR, but you know, it's just it's relaxing. All right, so we're at the last one. And there we go. So that, there we go. Look how cute that is. You know what? I think that's adorable. Okay, so now I'm in the back, so I'm just going to make a little knot. So, just a knot. Don't pull it too tight because you'll just see the little mouth and the eyes just sink right back into the bobble. So I'm just gonna hide my tail a little bit, secure it, and maybe come back on top so that the tail doesn't come out. And then just cut it. And there it is. I'll probably go back and move it. I think I went too deep on that one. So you can see it. You can't even tell, but you know, I'm a perfectionist and I'm sure you guys are too. So go ahead and hide your ends. Sew in your buttons now. And there you go. You have a ghostly Halloween themed skull ear saver. I hope you liked my tutorial, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll think of more ideas for Halloween for the kids to take to school or wear on their Halloween night, whatever it is that you guys will be doing this year. And like I said, check on the description box for links, and don't forget to subscribe and make sure your alerts are on. And thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.